You committed the same way Jared Leto committed to this role.
Yeah.
People don't do camp enough.
That was high camp.
They
and
don't
I
do
appreciate
camp
it. It was
enough.
camp.
Cocktail hour cinema, talking drinks and cinema. We watch and eat some dinner, but we don't show you the dinner. It's cocktail hour cinema.
Cheers, everyone, and welcome to Cocktail Hour Cinema. My name is Brent.
I am Nico.
And I'm Emily.
We're a weekly video podcast that talks about movies, TV shows, whatever the hell we feel like. And every week, our wonderful Emily makes us a handcrafted cocktail that pairs perfectly with whatever it is we're talking about, which this week is
House of
Gucci. Gucci.
Now, before we get into your drink, Emily, one sentence synopsis. What do you guys think?
This movie is campy and dramatic in only the way that Lady Gaga could pull off.
I thought it was great. A little too long for me, but I really enjoyed the film.
I thought it was really well acted and really well directed. And I thought it was a little too long as well, but I loved it.
Yeah.
Emily, what did you make for us today that themes with House of Gucci?
All right. So as you can see by my shirt, I'm a Lady Gaga fan. I was already going to be biased going into this movie. So for tonight, the cocktail is called the Patrizia. It's a twist, not that big of a twist, on a classic Italian cocktail you may know and love called a Negroni. This one, it's made with Cynar instead of Campari, so it's a little bit more sweet and seductive, as Patrizia would say at the beginning of the movie.
Oh, that's sexy.
Yeah.
Right?
This is a sexy drink.
It is sexy. Originally, a Negroni is often served over a rock in like a rocks glass, but I was like, a coupe is like sexier. It's, it's wonderful. And it's smoked too, so we'll teach all about that. So to make the Patrizia, you're going to start out with 1 ounce of gin. Any gin will do. 1 ounce of Cynar, which is a liqueur made from artichokes. It's a little bit less bitter than Campari. It's a little sweeter, so it's not like... A lot of people don't like a Negroni. The main reason you don't like a Negroni is because of the Campari. It's really, really astringent.
That's me. I'm not a huge fan because of
But
Campari,
you like this so
but
far?
I do like this.
Great. You like a Cynar Negroni then. And then 1 ounce of sweet vermouth. Any kind of sweet vermouth will do. I normally like Carpano Antica, but they were out of it at the store. So you're going to stir all of your ingredients over ice, and then you're going to strain into a coupe, or you can do it over a rocks glass, whatever you want. And then you're going to smoke it with a little bit of hickory or whatever wood you have. So I use this thing called the cocktail top hat. It's really easy. You'll see in the video, you just load it with a little bit of your wood chips. You place it on top, torch it with a brulee torch, and then it like sinks all the smoke into it. An easy way to do that if you don't have some kind of fancy thing is just buy the wood chips and like say that this is your glass. Put on a plate, put the little wood chips, and then just while you're stirring your cocktail, smoke the glass itself, and then you can pour it in there if you don't have the fancy one. But this makes it like sit on top of the cocktail. It's nice.
It is a very sexy drink.
Thank you, Emily.
You're
Once
very
again,
welcome.
like
You
I
have
said,
outdone
every
yourself.
single week we
Sexy
are
and
fucking
Italian, just like
spoiled.
Gaga.
So it's
And
delicious.
it's like a beautiful color too.
It really is. And I'm going to go through it too quickly.
Yeah, I wanted to do
People
something.
listening on Spotify would love to see this.
We're on Spotify now and Apple
Yeah,
Music.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts.
A little bit of a plug here. We are on Spotify. If you're listening to us on Spotify, congratulations. You're one of very few listeners that we have
limited
on
edition
Spotify.
listeners.
Yeah.
Before we dive in, please like and subscribe. Please tell a friend. We're trying to give this little baby some legs. So
Yeah. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram and all that.
Yeah.
TikTok's
Got
the
that content.
TikTok's the new thing. So we're on there too.
It's working for us on TikTok.
We're all 3 fucking old people just trying to figure out how TikTok works. It's
Hey,
very weird.
I'm 18.
Yikes, you need some moisturizer then, huh?
Bro,
Yeah, I'm a
Stay out of the sun.
lifeguard. So
stay out of the sun for the rest of your
yeah,
life.
I'm a lifeguard. All
So
right.
House of Gucci.
House of Gucci.
Emma, you want to run down a quick little synopsis?
So Patrizia Reggiani is the main character. That's who Lady Gaga plays. She is an Italian woman. She meets Maurizio Gucci, the son of one of... At the time, his dad owns like 50% of Gucci. So he's, one bit removed from that. They get married. Maurizio joins Gucci again, like formally as part of the label. And then their marriage ends really terribly. And then Patrizia hires a murderer to murder.
Murderer.
There's a big murder at the end of the movie.
The movie is mostly about their love, which I thought was
and then the fall
a
of
really
it.
cool
Yeah.
choice. It's really just like a romantic movie up until kind of the third act, which I thought was
that,
really cool.
Like when I was walking back to the car, I was like, it was a really cool move to like focus on their romance and the relationship instead of like the aftermath of the murder and like how because like they skipped right through that part at the very end.
Yeah.
Of like, okay, well, Gucci's murdered, and then straight to the trial where she's like, caught and her goons are caught.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, dude, they just didn't even give a fuck. They didn't give a fuck about,
I mean,
that's the first time Salma Hayek has ever been called a goon.
I mean, the movie was over 2.5 hours in at that point, so it's like you gotta start wrapping some shit up eventually. But yes, I mean, it also lent to the acting. I mean,
and it's Ridley Scott. He directs his actors real well.
Oh my god, he really let them. He really let
camera
them
and
go.
actors.
Yeah.
Oh, he let them go. That's for sure. Fucking Jared Leto.
We'll get to Jared.
Yeah, Ridley hasn't been that great as of recently. Maybe like The Martian has been like his best movie.
He came out with
Fight Me.
Oh, I hate Prometheus.
He came out with The Duel that came out earlier this year too.
The Last Duel.
The Last Duel. I haven't seen it, but it's
with Adam Driver and also with the same cinematographer that did this one.
Yeah, and a lot of people loved that movie and thought it was really, really well done. So maybe he's having like a resurgence right now. I never saw it, so I
haven't seen it either.
He also went immediately into filming Gucci as soon as they wrapped Last Duel.
That's impressive because Gucci is
and
really well done.
took like a bunch of his crew with him.
I mean, that's impressive because he's an old man now. He's blaming kids on Facebook for the reason.
Okay, can we just for a quick second?
Kids on Facebook, like
he's
kids
like
Facebook
these
anymore.
Millennials. They don't care about a video. They don't care about anything unless it's given to them on Facebook. Ridley Scott, look at me, at me, Ridley Scott. Millennials are 40 years old.
Look at her,
sir.
She is the captain now.
I am a young millennial and I'm about to turn 30. We are not children on phones. You just did a bad job of marketing your movie.
He's 80.
I get it.
He's old, man.
Oh, I didn't realize he was that old.
He's an old man.
He's
an old
man. Yeah, old Ridley. Grumpy old Ridley.
Yeah. Grumpy old Ridley.
But he's a legend. Gladiator, Alien, whatever. He's great.
Yeah.
And I got to watch The Last Duel because everyone says it's really, really well done.
My sister hated it.
Really?
Hi,
I've heard a lot of mixed things about The Last Duel. Tool.
That one's for Spotify.
Maybe it's a sequel. The Last Tool. Sequel to The Last Duel.
Let's move on. It's all right. I have a terrible bit coming up in a little bit. You guys can shit on me after that one. All right. Should I just do it now?
Oh, God damn it.
No, I won't do it now.
Okay.
I do want to talk about, I don't have very many hangups with this film. I think it was brilliantly acted. Lady Gaga acted her ass off in it. She's
I think some Academy Awards are coming some of these people's
She's
ways.
got to be nominated.
Well, she technically already has an Oscar, but not for acting. Bitch is gunning for it.
And the Oscar she earned was for a song, but also like people talked about how good her acting was in that movie. But also A Star Is Born. But she also got to lean on her talent as a singer. So this is the first time that she's like, she is just an actress. She killed it in the role.
She leans on her talent of being Italian.
She does.
And looks good in clothes.
The irony is that she sounded a little more Eastern European than Italian.
A couple of times.
But this is...
Go ahead.
I'm going to get into a whole bit about it. You can go, and then that's my main hang up of the film.
Oh,
even
so
though it's very
just keep going if you have one.
Okay, it's very, very slight. It's very, very slight.
Yeah.
They didn't hire a dialect coach until way later in this film, and everyone's accents are fucking different. And it bothered. It's like there's not that many things to really be bothered by in this film. It's a really well done movie, but that one thing I had to look up after I saw it because it's like Al Pacino.
They didn't sound like Mario. I was really upset by that.
Well,
it's
Jared Leto sounded like Mario.
Jared Leto was
at an Olive Garden.
He was emo Mario.
Yeah, you're right.
Like who's like on the spectrum too. Like everything he did was a falsetto and so sad. It was like a caricature.
So true.
It was a caricature.
I mean,
of the Italian accent.
I'm not gonna lie. I've never been to Italy. I don't know if that's exactly how real Italians act like.
I've been to Italy.
I can't say.
I never heard an Italian sound like Jared Leto.
I loved him on screen. I thought he was my favorite person on screen, Paolo.
I want to get back. I want to get to that because I have so many notes about Paolo. But I wanted to say real quick.
Him.
So Lady Gaga's voice, you said it sounded more Eastern European.
Mm-hmm.
When the original trailer came out, people were like, "What the fuck is that accent?" If you actually watch videos of how Patrizia talks, she talks like that. Yeah. So it doesn't sound like an Italian accent, but that's how Patrizia talks.
So we got Jared Leto doing a caricature. We got Al Pacino doing sort of like a New York gangster Italian version of Italian accent. You have
Jeremy Irons,
who actually I think his was good. I don't.
It's an English actor. English actors are pretty good with accents.
I feel like
American actors are not.
Yeah.
I feel like he killed it. You have Adam Driver, who had by far the worst accent out of all of them, because sometimes he lost the accent in the middle of a sentence. There would be like certain words that there wasn't really an accent on. So I mean, I love you, Adam, but you're the weakest link, I think, out of all these people.
Wow, the weakest link.
And
The weakest.
and yeah, that's pretty much where not as an actor, I'm saying as an accent.
Okay.
the
jeez.
weakest accent.
The weakest accent
Okay,
of the
wasn't
film.
the weakest performer in the
But-
film.
I'm like,
And then-
whoa.
Respect to Selma Hayek, because her accent was actually pretty good, and she asked the director, like, hey, halfway through filming, she's like, look, I don't feel good about my accent. I want to get a dialect coach, and they finally got a dialect coach involved. But that should have been something that I think happened way prior to filming, is
That
get
is
a dialect
wild.
coach in and get everyone on the same page so that everyone doesn't sound like they're from a completely different fucking place.
Oh,
That
a
was
little
one little thing.
fun fact about Selma Hayek. She's actually married. Oh, you know this one already?
yeah.
Okay, well, she's actually married to the CEO of this company that actually owns Gucci right now.
Yeah, Gucci's parent company.
Yeah, Gucci's parent company is
shit.
Some
owned by
French.
her husband.
It's 3 French names. All
Fun
I didn't
fact.
write it down.
Right.
But yeah. So I have a quick little note that I heard about Gaga's process through doing this movie. So she is very good friends with Tony Bennett. Like they are like legitimately BFFs. And she, when she was like signed on to this movie, she discussed it with Tony and took into account how Tony feels like Italians and Italian Americans are represented in film and in regards to crime. And so she really wanted Patrizia to be a full character and not just like this caricature of, you know, a criminal.
And the Gucci family got upset over that. Did you guys know that? They're kind of
Yeah.
pissed at the portrayal of her being humanized, which is like,
But I don't
she
think
was
she's
like,
that humanized.
I mean,
like,
she starts as a very real, normal, caring person. That's what they're pissed about. Is
Yeah.
like, but they view her as being like an evil person, and she was a normal human being.
well, Patrizia
Right.
herself is also pissed off that Gaga didn't consult with her at all during that. But they like,
Is she out of prison?
yeah, or I don't know. But they specifically, the producers were like, do not meet with Patrizia because we don't want to look like we're endorsing her or.
Gaga said that was her idea. I don't know.
I heard it was
the
I've heard it was the
producer.
producer. Well,
I saw-
Gaga said that she wanted to develop her own character for it. She didn't want it to be like based on.
And she also said she didn't want to feel like the real Patrizia is
Nice.
excited. Patrizia is excited about the fact that she's like a criminal. Like she's into it. Like it's part of her legacy in her eyes. And Gaga said in an interview she didn't want to promote that. She didn't want
that makes sense.
give her any sort of like gratitude or credence to that.
I think that's absolutely reasonable. It's such a balance that you have to play because you want Patrizia to be like this, not sympathetic character necessarily, but you want to like her at the beginning. And I think we
Right.
definitely, I liked her. Like when the wedding scene, I was like, oh, like that's so sweet. They're so
Yeah.
like. Also, Gaga and Driver have amazing chemistry.
Oh,
Can we
yeah.
talk about
That
the
sex
sex
scene?
scene?
Dude.
Jesus
That
Christ!
was like
Ridley-
softcore porn.
Dude,
straight
Ridley
up.
Scott
It's like
loves
more-
his fucking sex scenes. He's a horny old man behind the camera because
Thank you,
if
Ridley.
you watch The
They had
Counselor,
a couple of them in this
if you
movie.
watch The Counselor, like I watched it with Christina and her mom one time, and the opening scene is a hardcore sex scene basically, and it was so uncomfortable to watch. I'm like, Ridley, what the fuck,
I
man?
can't imagine watching that like with your parents or something. and be like,
Right.
You're like,
this is long and graphic.
It was
like,
long and hard to watch.
now that I'm thinking about it, my sister saw Gucci with my parents. Like we have the same mom, but like she went and saw it the day after Thanksgiving with my mom and dad. So now I wonder how that went. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet Adam Driver and Lady Gaga are best friends now. They got to be at pretty close after some of those scenes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I liked when she fed him the big sandwich. We talked about that in one of
Oh,
our
that was really
one of
cute.
our very first episodes because that was like one of the like the press, like a paparazzi
Yeah.
still of her just like
Yeah.
'cause-
Oh, so Adam Driver was Ridley Scott's first choice in the role, but for some reason Adam Driver had like scheduling issues or something like that, so they had a backup actor. Do you know who that backup actor was?
No, but I know who the original choice for Gaga's role is.
Oh, okay. Well,
Ooh, we had
Ooh,
two fun
we got
facts.
two shots.
Double
that's
up
a
these
different
fun
question.
facts.
And okay, Chris Evans
Really?
Chris Evans and Adam Driver are completely different looking people.
I'm so happy it wasn't Chris Evans.
Yeah, I don't think Chris Evans could handle the kind of awkward beginning.
I'm so happy it wasn't Chris Evans.
Chris Evans is a great actor. However,
he's too regular hot. He's too regular hot.
I just don't think he would fit the role as well as, I mean, Adam Driver, like I don't think he's a hot human being, Adam Driver. I know a lot of people might disagree.
Ladies.
As a straight man, okay, he has
ripped me in half.
What?
He's attractive. I think he's attractive.
All right.
He's more interesting looking than
this
like
whole movie.
He's interesting
hot.
looking.
Yeah.
Okay.
This whole movie had me in the bi panic. Like, oh god, everyone's hot.
The
Oh no.
bi panic.
Chemistry.
I've never heard of that before.
It's because you're heterosexual.
I
like it. A bi panic.
All right, if you had to
That's
choose
hilarious.
one, well, it's obviously Gaga because
Oh yeah. Well,
you're Stan.
I do, but I just respect her too much.
She was really
Adam, not so much.
she was really attractive in this movie.
I want Adam to disrespect me.
Her talent was really attractive in this movie too. Like,
yeah.
she is a much stronger actress than I ever would have thought.
You've never watched A Star
Dude,
Is Born.
That you should. But that scene where she's realizing she's getting a divorce with her children's soccer game going in the
That's
back.
gonna be her Oscar.
I
clip.
was like, shit. Like, I was just really enthralled by that. Her performance was incredible, and like the camera
whole
just
movie.
lingered on her, and like just her talking to a silent man with like sunglasses on. She like takes the sunglasses off his
Even
face.
like the loving scenes,
Man.
like the scene where they meet, where he's standing behind the bar, just like her eyes looking up at him, and just like the way that was acted it was just.
I'm
so
getting
well
like
done.
goosebumps just thinking
Yeah,
about it. There's
really well done.
There was one scene also when after Paolo gets the cease and desist and he like finds them outside of the church or whatever, and he's freaking out. Gaga is just staring daggers into him. Like the performance is just so like fearless and intense. Like she's just like, yeah, fuck you, what? Like in that purple outfit. I'm just like,
I believe
God,
she
she's
hated
so
him
good.
for real. Maybe
That
she
was my
did.
favorite scene of Jared Leto's too, because he was
that's
humanized and a little dialed
Yeah.
back.
That was
Like,
my favorite scene in the whole movie.
yeah, when he was like not being Super Mario and was like having a real moment, and like you didn't know if he was going to be violent or if he was going to be broken, and he ended up being broken. Like, I don't know, that that was really well acted in that.
I
moment.
loved every scene Jared Leto was in, and
so campy.
you combine that with I also love Lady Gaga when she's acting all like really frustrated and angry. You put them together, my mouth was wide open. I'm like, yes, like this is what that was the final scene to me. Like everything else after that, like it was fine, but
Those were the cherries, but that was the ice cream.
That was so good to me.
Can I say this about Leto? I get why people would be like, damn, he murdered this role. He killed it. He was so eccentric and believable and fun. And I also understand why somebody would look at that and be like,
What the fuck?
He took me out of the movie. Like, it felt like a parody. It felt like a character, and it removed me from like the seriousness of the film or just being in the moment in the film. I land like square in the middle. Like, I appreciate his performance. I thought it was really captivating. I thought it gave the movie sort of like a comedic lift that it needed. The movie was actually surprisingly funny, at least in the first act. But I also, it kind of took me out a couple of times where I'm like, it didn't feel genuine. It felt like someone trying to play an eccentric character. But that's probably
I thought
not what most people believe.
Right.
It's
Well,
just-
I don't know. Maybe I think it might be divisive, but I thought he lit up the screen. I loved.
I'm
every
glad
single
he
scene
made those
was in. Yeah.
choices. Personally, I'm glad he made them. I
Yeah,
just could
to
see why
me,
someone
it was
would be-
just like pure high camp. Like, it was the campiest shit ever. And I feel like
The movie needed it.
Yeah, these days in movies, like
my heart.
nobody commits to the camp, and camp is so fucking fun. But I'm so with
But
you.
at the same time, he was still acting great.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
yeah.
the emotions on his face when he was like, when Jeremy Irons was like, he laid out all of his new designs, and Jeremy Irons kind of
Pastels and brown.
but he led him into thinking like he's about to like say he's a genius, and like
Yeah.
he could, dude, he
Just, like-
was acting so good with his eyes and his face.
Yeah.
So like you
At
were
least your
immense
father and I agree on
mediocrity.
something.
Your incompetence or something.
You're immense and complete incompetence.
God, Jeremy Irons saying that to you? Jesus
Oh
Christ.
yeah, I would just shrivel into a little
Shrivel.
ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit, man. Ooh,
Thank
okay,
God.
all right.
I'm gonna lose this one on purpose.
In the film, it portrayed them as having one child.
Hmm.
Did they have one child
Mm.
as portrayed in the film?
Who's they?
Jeremy Irons.
Patrizia and Maurizio.
Oh.
In real life, did they have one child, two childs, or three childs?
How many childs?
Maurizio and Patrizia.
And we've been making
real
this
life.
number 3-dimensional.
One child, a two childs, a three childs.
3 childs.
A two, a three. And Nico wins.
To a child. To a child. Yes. Shot bet. A master.
Oh, no. So this bleeds into a little bit of a thing I want to talk about with
Well, hey,
the movie.
Hey, we gotta play the game, bitch.
We gotta play the dice game.
We have a dice game.
Now,
New
this week we
segments,
have
new
real
segments.
dice. Yeah, so we have I think I explained this in this last one. I haven't watched our Encanto episode yet. Spoiler
Wow.
alert. I know. It just came out today. I was busy.
Yeah,
We have 6 different liquors over here, and it's more fun if like the booze is not like just Southern Comfort. So we want to mix it up, and so I have to roll.
Some enjoyable, some
Last
less
week I
enjoyable.
just rolled Southern Comfort again, which sucked. But all right.
Okay. Each number is assigned a different kind of alcohol.
Oh no!
What is 2 assigned?
What's 2 assigned to?
2 is the black pepper infused vodka.
Oh, okay.
Homemade
Spicy.
black
spicy
pepper
meatball.
infused vodka.
Liquid meatball.
I feel like we need a wheel that spins and then it has all the things. The dice is fine.
That sounds like something producer Ryan would probably get a kick out of making
I think he should.
at some point.
One that's more fun.
Actually,
it's
no.
more visually interesting.
I feel like
Look,
he and I have.
how could anyone see that? That's not visually interesting. Spin right here.
Well, we were gonna do a dice cam. I would like to turn it over to a little bit of costume bitch corner.
Costume bitch
We could have our own little theme song. It would just be that.
So I gotta make another new little.
Yeah, Brian, get on
sound.
that. Do
All right,
some
I'm on
work.
it.
So I am so sorry. I meant to look up how this is pronounced before we did this, but Janty Yates, Janty Yates. She was the costume director on this. There was this movie. Like, I love, movies where it's a lot like Dune, where it's fantastical and everything. But I love fashion, and especially like really well made fashion. Also, I mentioned it earlier. Lady Gaga, that bitch can wear some clothes, and
Yes, she can.
like the entire movie. Oh, that pepper is in my throat. The entire movie, I was like, on almost any other actor, that would look like, oh, it's a lady wearing something from the 70s, where Gaga just looked like she belonged in every single thing that was worn.
You're used to her wearing some outlandish shit. So
Yeah, but
when
she just-
the
it
outlandish
fits.
shit is just like really well styled
And that's
outfits.
and
Right.
it's a testament both to Gaga and her own, her style, like as an artist, and also the costume department, that they like perfectly tailored so many things. There was a lot of things that were like archival Gucci. There's a lot of things that are, vintage, and then there's a shit ton of stuff that they from scratch rebuilt. Everything
wow.
that was in the Versace fashion show was built again from scratch. Everything that was in the Gucci Tom Ford fashion show remade from scratch.
Oh shit.
They had over 50 hours of fittings with Gaga, most of which was just that red dress at the beginning, that very first one.
Yeah.
They had 2 different wedding dresses, which I found really interesting. So the wedding dress that she wears is not actually anything like what was actually worn. They
Because
originally,
it covered way more skin. the
yeah,
original
they
one.
they had they sewed one. They built it with tools.
a hammer and nails.
Elbow grease.
Yeah. But they sewed one, they created one that was like closer to what the original, what Patrizia actually wore, which was a very simple Gucci wedding gown. And then they were like, but what if there was one that was more like fairy tale and more romantic
And
so
sexy. They wanted to give her a little bit of the cleavage too.
And
Right.
they were saying like this is one of the final real moments of happiness with Patrizia that you see in the film. So they just having her like completely glowing, and Gaga, when she first met with the costume director, said that she wanted to look like her mom. So it's like
Aw.
really like sweet and sentimental.
That's cute.
I have one. I guess we can do 2 shot bets if y'all want, but I have at
Oh.
least one.
Okay.
Well, it makes sense because you had to take the last shot. So
Yeah.
this is
Okay.
just you getting payback.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lady Gaga wears a lot of costumes in this movie. Also, fun fact, she never repeats a single piece of jewelry through this entire thing.
Is that true?
Yes, it is true. They had over
must have had
20
fun with that.
trays of jewelry, and as soon as she
God.
wore one thing, they put it away
Costume
in a trailer.
department must have been like, "Ooh, we're doing House of Gucci. Well, hold my fucking something."
Yeah.
You talk about her wedding ring for a second. She's like, together, sweetie.
Our name,
right.
Sweetie.
Our name, sweetie. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
How
Lady Gaga's bad side.
So the actual number for this is like kind of a range, so we'll figure it out. So how many different outfits did Lady Gaga wear through this movie?
This is gonna be a really hard guess. Oh, man.
I thought of this shot bet, and I was like,
there a montage anywhere?
I was like,
I'm just
like,
throwing a number out.
I was like, should I go back and watch the movie and like bring a little counter the entire time? But then I found an article that had the range. So
man, like how many scenes could possibly be in a fucking movie?
21.
30.
not even fucking close.
It's like 50 or something, isn't it?
60 to 70 different outfits.
Oh.
So Nico's closer.
Are there that many scenes in the film?
I
Yeah.
almost went super
Jesus.
high, and then I thought about like, okay, well, if this scene lasted 5 minutes and that scene lasted
That's what I was
10
thinking
minutes,
too.
60 to 70.
Wow.
And a lot of that's Gucci too, so they must have just that wardrobe.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Good God.
Good God.
Roll your dice. Roll your dice. Roll something fun. We have some new things. I want
Yeah.
to pour something fun.
Roll that die. It lands on 5. What is 5?
Okay.
5 is Sid.
5
No.
Southern Comfort.
God.
So cool.
Stay tuned next week. We'll finally pour something fun. I have fun things.
just take Southern Comfort out. Like
Do you want to
At
roll
some
it again?
point, we're really gonna want
do
to
you,
take it
do
out.
you want to
Yeah.
roll it again?
If there's more fun
No.
things,
Yes, there's 3 fun things.
Because Nico said no, I'm rolling it again. Two. That's what you already.
That's what I already rolled.
God damn it, Brent.
1.
What is it?
It's the fucking Old Smoky. You keep rolling shit that we've already poured.
This is a terrible segment.
This sucks.
3.
Great. Perfect.
Edit the other shit out.
Yeah, I think we're
Edit it out.
gonna have to drop out the dice thing pretty soon. I think
Let's make a pinwheel.
we got to do something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is Scatterbrain PB&J whiskey.
Oh.
I have
I
not
like
tried
that.
this yet.
Okay.
Scatterbrain. If you enjoy the podcast,
By the way, the
Please sponsor us.
three fun items that I have included in here are all Scatterbrain because I saw them at Total Wine and I was like, those look fun.
Total wine.
a total wine.
Total Wine.
All right, my
Do you
last.
guys know when?
Go ahead.
Do you guys know when Gucci was founded?
I do.
God damn it.
1921.
1921 it was.
Oh.
And it was founded by, you know who it is?
Gucci.
Guccio Gucci.
Gucci.
Yeah.
Gucci.
I
Okay.
couldn't remember his
What a
And-
fucking name.
He used
Guccio
to
Gucci.
work at a hotel when he was a teenager,
Yeah, they
an
talk
upper
about-
class hotel, and so that's where he got the idea of to make like luggage and
And he got
travel.
really
Fine
good at leather work.
goods.
Mhm.
And then he murdered the leather work area of the market.
leather workmanship.
My last little fun fact. You know, in the preview, it's like kind of an epic line now where she goes, Father, Son, and House of Gucci. That was improvised.
Yep. She ad-libbed
How
that
wild
shit.
is that?
That's pretty wild.
She's a fucking
Good
actress,
job,
man.
Gaga. Good goddamn job. You did your job.
Your homework for next week is you need to watch Star is
I
Born.
know. I really need to see it.
She needs an Oscar just for that improvisation.
Yeah.
Improvisation.
Jared Leto's
Improvisation.
corduroy suits deserve their own Oscar, in my opinion.
I like them.
You would.
I
You
like
fucking
them.
would.
I would wear that shit. It's chic.
We know, Brent. We know you would wear
chic.
it.
All right.
Cool.
How many watermelon boats, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh, gosh.
Whew, that's tough.
It is kind of tough because I feel like I've given movies too high of a watermelon boat rating.
Yeah,
at this
now,
point.
yeah, same.
And I'm like, is
I
everything
give
going to be
myself enough
between
range.
7 and 10 now? When do I get to recalibrate?
Yeah, I'm gonna say 6.
Wow.
I'm gonna say 6.
Wow.
I liked it. I liked it a lot, but too long and
Can I say,
there's some parts that dragged a little bit to me.
will you hate me if I do half of a watermelon boat?
Yeah.
Okay.
We gotta
Do it anyway. Do what you got to do.
Seven
going
and
to do
a
it
half.
at
I'm
some
going
point.
7.5.
7.5 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going 7 because I'm officially recalibrating how I judge these things. I think I
Yeah.
gave Encanto an 8 when in reality maybe I shouldn't have given it an 8 because that leaves me very very little bit
You know
of wiggle
what?
room.
We're not thinking about the past, okay? We're thinking about the
From the future,
Think
from
about
right
the
now
future.
to forever.
How you felt about the movie?
I really
'cause
enjoyed
you can't-
it.
You can't compare this movie to Encanto.
I know.
So fuck
I
it.
I enjoyed this movie and Encanto equally in different measures, but I'm giving this one a 7.
Okay,
Great.
cool. Well, that's all, folks.
Like and subscribe. Tell your
Wait,
friends.
what-
We'll be back next
What
week.
movie are we doing next week?
What movie are we doing next week?
Next week is West Side Story, but I don't know when we're gonna have time because we're gonna go
we're
to
going to
fucking Vegas.
Vegas.
We're going to Vegas for Emily's 30th birthday.
Oh shit, you're right. Okay.
We'll figure it out when we get back.
Yeah.
We leave on the 9th, right? What is that? A Thursday? Could we film? On
I
a
leave.
Wednesday?
I leave on the 8th.
The movie won't be out, dum dum.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Bye.
All right,
We'll figure it out.